Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1983 postseason is on the air. We have now switched venues in both leagues. We are Game 3 of the National League Championship Series between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers. We now switch to Dodger Stadium for Games 3, 4, and 5. This series is tied 1-1. Dodgers went ahead and took the first game. Phillies took the second game at the Vet. Now all three games will be played at Dodger Stadium. Phillies, well, they got a good one in the second game. But this Dodger team could be very interesting as we move forward here in the NLCS. So we will see what happens tonight as we now play some inside pitch. And, I'm enjoying this NLCS round so far. Both series are tied at 1, so at least we know each series is going at least 5. And we'll see what happens tonight. So, once again, not an empty seat anywhere in Dodger Stadium. They have all sit in there. They got the hot dogs, the beer, their Apple iPhone 16 Pro Maxes in 1983, and I know they're set and ready to play. So we're going to get started as Ron McGrath is first to join us here at Dodger Stadium. So let's get things going. Starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers, their number 3 starter, Burt Hooton, and he has a record of 1 win and no losses in the postseason. So Hooton gets the call here for Game 3, and the Phillies are ready to go. So I guess it's time to play some baseball, shall we? Let's see what happens switching from Veterans Stadium to Dodger Stadium. Let's get to the top of the first. Leading off for the Phillies, right fielder Von Hayes. He's batting .209 for the postseason. We're going to use blue, white, and blue dice. Dodgers are the home team. The crowd is ready. The organ is playing. Phillies, Dodgers, Game 3 NLCS. Who will take the momentum? Hooton, 3-2. That's at the park. Dodger Stadium, 1-2. That's a grounder to the catcher. And ground ball to the catcher. Yeager has an error rating of 9. And he's not going to make an error. Yeager's going to go ahead and get that. And he's going to throw to first for out number 1. Remember, anytime the new rules, anytime a G2 or a P2 pop up on the ballpark card and it is not a range play, all right, you're checking an automatic error on the catcher. Here's the first baseman, Pete Rose, Hall of Famer. No, one of the greatest of all time. Yeah. He's batting .400 for the Phillies. He's the leading hitter for the team in the postseason. Pitch from Hooton, 2-1. Range play at the park. Dodger Stadium, 4-3. That's a single plus to right field. Going after that is Mike Marshall. His range is a 2. He's got it. 2 down. He'll take a single away from Rose. And that'll be a fly out to right. 2 outs. And now the second baseman, Joe Morgan, Hall of Famer. No doubt in my mind. He's batting .167 for the postseason. Hooton will deal, and 5-4. That's going to be an he is not tired, so that's going to be an automatic out, and it's going to be a ground out to short, handled by Russell, and Russell will take his time and toss it over, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies, their number 3 starter, Charles Hudson. He has a record of no wins, no losses. He does have a no decision. So he got an ND his first time in there. Let's see what the Dodgers have in the bottom of the first. Leading off, second baseman Steve Sachs. He's batting .300 for the playoffs. Hudson will pitch. And 2-1, that's a blank. Sachs, 6-6, and it's a base hit. He'll hit one into right field, and he'll lead off with a single. Sachs on at first. Here's the center fielder, Kenny Landreau. He's batting .380 for the postseason. Kind of cooled off a little bit. He does have a home run. Sacks at 56 steals, and he gets the steal sign. And let's see, 13-0, and Diaz a -1, a 60% chance to get to second. You know what? I'm going to send him. A 1 to 12, he is safe. And he just got tagged out, one away. Sachs is caught stealing a heck of a throw by Bo Diaz. And because of the arm is the reason why Sachs is out. So now Landreau will bat with the bases empty. Hudson will pitch. Hudson, 3-1, strikeout 7. Called strike 3 on Landreau. He got him. First strikeout for Hudson. He had 101 of them in 83. We are at Dodger Stadium. Adds 1 to strikeouts, -2 to walks. It was a neutral park. Did favor pitchers a little bit. Next batter is the left fielder, Rick Monday. Monday making his first starting appearance. He's playing for the injured Dusty Baker, who is done for the rest of the NLCS. Baker will come back for Game 1 of the World Series if the Dodgers get there. Monday had a .247 average, 6 homers, 20 RBIs in 1983. Philip Reynolds now joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. Hudson, 3-5. It's a blank. Monday, 2-5. And that's a fly ball to center field. And Gary Maddox is going to get to it. He will make the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs and a hit and a caught stealing. No score after 1. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Phillies is this guy, the third baseman, Michael Jack Schmidt, greatest third baseman of all time. He's batting .238. He does have a home run. He's the only Philly player with a home run in the playoffs. Phillies are not a home run hitting team, apparently. Hooton will deal. Hooton, 5-6. That's a walk plus 10. He'll walk Schmidt. Schmidt draws a base on balls. First walk given up by Hooton. He had 55 of them in 83. And now the left fielder, Gary Matthews. Matthews is batting .292 for the playoffs. Peter Burt joins us here at Dodger Stadium. Schmidt on at first, and that's a 20. Hooton fires to first and almost threw it away. That's a 5. A pickoff error would have been a 4. But a good play there by Greg Brock prevents the pickoff error. Hooton will now concentrate on Matthews. And 1-4. Home run result against a righty. Matthews needs a 9. That's a 10. He just missed it. Matthews, 5-2. He hits a deep fly ball to right field. Mike Marshall going back for it. He's back. He'll make the catch at the wall. 1 out. Here's the center fielder, Gary Maddox. 2/3 of the earth is covered by water. The other is covered by Gary Maddox. He's batting .182. He is struggling a little bit this postseason. Strategy roll for Schmidt. He stays put. Hooton, 2-3, strikeout. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He gets Maddox. And that's the first strikeout for Hooton. He had only 87 of them in 83. Not really a strikeout pitcher. Here's the catcher, Bo Diaz. He's batting also .182 for the playoffs. Schmidt on it first, and he will stay there. Hooton will deal. And 1-2. It's a blank. Diaz, 2-3. And it's a ground out to second base, picked up by Sachs. He's going to throw to first for the out. And that will retire the side. Nothing across except a walk. We go to the bottom of the second here. Leading off for the Dodgers is the third baseman, the original beast mode, Pedro Guerrero. He was ripped. Guerrero batting .242 for the playoffs. He's got a couple of bombs. Hudson will pitch. Hudson, 3-1, strikeout, swing and a miss, struck him out. Second strikeout for Hudson. And Guerrero goes down. Here's the first baseman, Greg Brock. He's batting 120 for the playoffs. Hudson, and 4-6. That's a walk plus 10. That'll be ball 4. Brock will trot to first. First walk given up by Hudson. He had 47 of them in 83. Right fielder Mike Marshall is next. He's batting 215 for the playoffs. He also has a home run. Brock had 5 stolen bases, not getting any here. Hudson, 1-4. That is a walk plus 10. That's going to be ball 4. So Hudson walks Marshall now. So now runners at first and second. And here's the catcher, Steve Yeager. Yeager batting 260. He's overachieving for the playoffs. So 2 walks now given up by Hudson. That was his second. Yeager will go up against Hudson. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 6. Hudson will deal. Pitch coming. 5-2. That's at the park. Dodger Stadium. 5-3. And it's a fly to right. Vaughn Hayes is going to get there. And he has it for out number 2. Brock, a base runner 3. Hit to right, a 0. Hayes a 0. A 1-3. Brock will get to third. He stays. So 2 outs there. Here's the shortstop, Bill Russell. He's batting 260 as well for the playoffs. 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Nothing happening on Strat. Hudson, 2-2. It's a blank. Russell, 4-4. And against the righty. Russell's going to go ahead and put the Dodgers on the board. That's going to be a double to left. Brock will score. Marshall with 2 outs, base runner 3. Double to left, -1 makes him a 2, and it's a 6. Now Marshall coming around third. Russell's already at second. Left fielder for the Phillies is Matthews. He has a +1 arm. A 1-3, there'll be a play. There's a 5. Marshall puts on the brakes and heads back to third, but the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead. RBI double by Bill Russell to get the Dodgers on the board first. So now runners at second and third, and it will bring up the pitcher, Burt Hooton. Had a 160 average in 83, 7 RBIs. Captain Carl 8 joins us here at Dodger Stadium. Please make sure, for those of you who love the 1969 season, Captain Carl 8 is doing a heck of a job with 1969. You will find he's doing a report on that in the forums of Inside Pitch. Please check it out. It is pretty extensive. Marshall on at third, Russell on at second. Strategy roll, nothing happening there. Hudson will pitch. And 3-4, strikeout. Yep, he gets Hooton easily, and that will retire the side. And that's the third strikeout for Hudson. 1 run on 1 hit and a couple of walks. Dodgers take a quick 1-0 lead here after 2. Oh, those bases on balls. Can't be giving free passes there, especially when it comes to the playoffs. We go to the top of the third. Leading off for the Phillies is the shortstop, Ivan De Jesus. He's batting 191 for the playoffs. He's underachieving a bit. Burt Hooton, a 3-6, strikeout 11. That missed, just barely. De Jesus, 4-4, and it's a fly to left field. Rick Monday is going to get to that, and that's out number 1. Here's the pitcher, Charles Hudson, batting .093 in 1983 and had 3 RBIs that year. Pitch from Hooton, and 4-1. That's a blank. Hudson, 5-5, and that's grounded to second base. Easy play for Steve Sachs. 2 down. Hayes is next. Hayes is 0-for-1. Pitch from Burt. And 3-1. That's a pitcher result. A lefty, a 1-14 is an automatic out. That's a 4, and that is going to be a fly ball to center. Landro will come under it a bit, take a step to his right, and he makes the catch. 1, 2, 3, go the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the third. Steve Sachs leads off for the Dodgers. He got a base hit and was caught stealing. Hudson will pitch. And 3-6 against the righty. Strikeout. 19 is high. Sachs, 3-1. Ground out to short. De Jesus will get to that and throw it over for the out. Here's Landro. Landro's 0 for 1. Ken Landro hit for the cycle in the Fall Classic game against the San Diego Padres in the National League wildcard playoff. Hudson, 2-5. That's a blank. Landro, a 3-2. And against the righty, it's a base hit. He'll hit that one past second. And Landro has his first hit of the game. Landro's cycle was the 4th cycle I've had on this channel since I've started doing this crazy stuff. Here's Monday, even though today's Wednesday. Monday's 0 for 1. Landro had 30 steals, and he's not going anywhere. Hudson will pitch. And 5-5 against the lefty. It's a blank. Monday, 3-1, and that is a ground ball to short. 2-1-2. Second base, pivot Morgan, 0. A 1-2, it's a double play. No. Landro, though, got enough speed to get to second anyway. The throw is going to go to first for out number 2. Two outs now for Guerrero. And Guerrero's 0 for 1. Landro on it, second. And that's a 3. Landro, he gets the steal sign to go to third, but he'll stay put. Hudson will pitch. Hudson, 2-2. It's a blank. Guerrero, 5-1. And that's flied to right, but Von Hayes will have plenty of room. And in the second, he'll have plenty of ball. And the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Dodgers. Still 1-0 after 3. Once again, another pitcher's duel here. So far, this LCS round has had some low-scoring matchups, even though last night the Tigers did shut out the White Sox 7-0 in Game 2 of the ALCS. But a lot of our games have been low-scoring. And this is 1983, which really was the start of the defensive era for baseball. We go to the top of the 4th. Mr. Peter Rose leads off for the Phils. He's 0 for 1. Hooton, he will pitch. 2-5 against the switch left. That's a blank. Rose, a 3-2, and he popped out to second base. Steve Sachs will call for it, and that's the first out. Next up is Morgan. Morgan is 0 for 1. Hooton, he will pitch. 4-2 against the lefty. Home run result against the righty. Morgan needs a 17. That's an 11. This game is tied. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep, and that ball is gone. Home run, Joe Morgan. First home run of the postseason for Joe Morgan. First hit for the Phillies in this game, and only the second home run for the Phillies in the playoffs. We're tied at 1. Hall of Famer Joe Morgan blasts one there. Hooton went ahead and pitched him an absolute meatball, and Morgan turned that into lasagna. We're now tied at 1. And now here's Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt walked his first time up. Pitch from Hooton. And 4-1. That's a blank. Schmidt. 5-1. That's a hard line drive right to Hooton, but he'll glove it for out number 2. Hit hard, but right at him. 1-2 away. Next up is Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 1. Hooton, he will deal. And 6-5. That's an error on a grounder. Matthews, 2-4. That's going to be a base hit to left field. Single to left fielder Monday has an error rating of 10. That's a 16. He will not make an error out there. He'll field it cleanly, and Matthews holds it first. So now another runner on base for the Phillies. Here's Maddox. Maddox is 0 for 1. 2 outs, top of the fourth. Tied at 1 game. Series tied at 1. Matthews had 13 steals. He'll stay put. Hooton will pitch. Hooton, 6-6 against a righty. It's a blank. Maddox, 4-4. Ground out, second base. Sachs will take care of that. He'll throw to first for the out. And that'll retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits. A solo bomb by Joe Morgan. I think it's always special when a Hall of Famer goes ahead and hits a bomb. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Greg Brock leads off for LA. He walked his first time up. Tied at 1, bottom of the fourth. Game 3 of this NLCS. Hudson, 4-4. It's a blank. Brock, 5-3. And it's a base hit. He'll hit 1 into right field. Single for Brock gets his first hit of the ball game. Next up is Marshall. Marshall walked his first time up. Brock had 5 steals. And he's not going anywhere, but Marshall gets the hit and run idea. But Marshall can hit home runs against righties. They're going to call that off, and they're going to let Marshall swing away normally. Hudson will pitch. Hudson, 4-6. That's a walk plus 10. That's ball 4. Barely, but it is. 10 minus 2 is 8, plus 10 is 18, and he walked Marshall. So now runners at first and second. That is the third walk given up by Hooton as XSG2 joins us here at Dodger Stadium. Has to bring up the B word like he always likes to. Here's Yeager. Yeager's 0 for 1. Nobody out, bottom of the fourth. Strategy roll for the runners. Nothing happening. Hudson will pitch. Hudson, 4-1, walk 7. And that's ball 4. Hudson can't believe it, but that's going to be ball 4. 9 minus 2 is 7. That is a 7, and the bases are full of bums. Big chance for the Dodgers here with no one out. Fourth walk given up by Hudson. And here comes Russell. Russell got a double his first time up. Infield is in. Hudson settles in. Strategy. Nothing on the 2. Nobody will move. Hudson will now pitch to Russell. Hudson, 5-1. Range play. Russell, 5-5. It's a fly ball to left field. Going after that is Gary Matthews. His range is a 2. He's got it. What a play. That's out number 1. Russell sacrifice fly of 1. Hit to left plus 1 is a 2. Does not bring in Brock that way. Brock base runner 3. Matthews a plus 1. A 1-4. Brock will still score. No! You gotta be kidding me. What a play by Gary Matthews. No one scores. And that's just a fly out to left, as it just wasn't shallow enough. And now here's Hooton. Hooton is 0 for 1. He'll bat. Infield is still in. Hudson will pitch. Strategy roll first. Nothing happening. Hudson deals. And 2-6. Error on a throw. Hooton, 4-5. And it's popped up. It's going to be a pop fly ball to first base. And Rose is going to get it. And that's out number 2. There's not going to be a throwing error. 2 outs. And now here's Sachs. Sachs is 1 for 2. Hudson 1 out away from getting out of a no-out bases-loaded jam. Hudson will go ahead and pitch. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Hudson looks in, gets the call from Diaz. Hudson will pitch. 6-6. Possible error. Sachs. 3-6. And that's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to De Jesus. His error rating is an 8. That's a 20. De Jesus has got it. Throws to first. Side retired. The Dodgers had bases loaded with nobody out, and they get nothing. Good day, sir. Tied at 1 after 4. No runs, 1 hit, and a couple of walks. And the Dodgers, if they lose this game, they're going to look upon that inning. We go to the 5th. Still tied at 1. Bo Diaz leads off for the Phillies. By the way, stadium groans. That's worth a groan. Diaz is 0 for 1. Pitch from Hooton. And 1-3. That's a blank. Diaz, 5-6. And he powers one into right. That's a 16. That's going to stay up there. Right fielder Mike Marshall will get to it easily. And that's out number 1. Here's De Jesus. De Jesus is 0 for 1. Hooton will pitch. 4-6. Walk plus 10, ball 4. So he walks De Jesus, and that is the second walk given up by Hooton. And he'll now bring up Hudson. Hudson squaring the bunt. So we'll see what the strategy roll says. And that's a 12, nothing happening. Hudson's going to go ahead and square the bunt. So the bunt is called. And 2-1. Range play at the park, but that is ignored on a bunt. So let's see where it is. And that's a bunt right back to the pitcher. That's a 15, which makes Hudson's bunt rating a 1. And that is going to be lead runner thrown out. Batter safe at first. 2 down. Hooton's got it. And he throws right and turns around and fires to second to get the out. And that is out number 2. Not a good bunt at all by Hudson. So that goes as a fielder's choice. And now here's Hayes. Hayes is 0 for 2. 2 outs, top of the 5th. Strategy roll for Hudson, although he's not going anywhere, and he's not. Hooton will pitch. Hooton, 2-4. It's a blank. Hayes, 6-2. Ground out to third base. Guerrero's got that. He'll throw to first to get the mud. Hudson at second, and the inning is over. Nothing across except a walk. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Another pitcher's duel here between these two teams. Kenny Landreau leads off for the Dodgers. He's 1 for 2. Hudson sets up against Landreau. Hudson, 4-4. It's a blank. Landreau, 6-1. Grounds it to second base. Joe Morgan will take care of that. 1 out. Next batter is Monday. Monday's 0 for 2. Hudson looking in, and he pitches. 5-6. Strikeout 4. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is strikeout number 4 for Hudson. 2 down. Here's Guerrero. Guerrero's 0 for 2. Hudson, he will pitch. 3-3. Home run chance. Righty, 1-18. That's a 17. I don't have to go any further than that because Guerrero is a 20. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Home run Pedro Guerrero. His 3rd of the playoffs. Stadium cheers. Yay! The original beast mode goes beast mode. And that ball definitely out of there. Hudson pitched him an absolute meatball. He turns that into lasagna. It's 2-1 Dodgers. They're going to have to try to find that ball. It may have gone into Chavez Ravine because Guerrero just sent that one really packing. Here's Brock. Brock is 1 for 1, a single and a walk. Still 2 outs here. Bottom of the 5th, but now the Dodgers have a 2-1 lead. Hudson will pitch. Hudson, 3-6 against the lefty. It's blank. Brock, 2-5, base hit. Brock gets another hit tonight. That's his second. He gets a single. Singles that one past second base. And now here's Marshall. Marshall has walked twice. He's 0 for 0. Brock on at first, and he will stay there. Actually, he got the steal sign. 1 + 3 is 4. Brock 17. Diaz a -1, a 1-16 to steal second base. But I'm not going to do that with 2 outs. Let Marshall swing away. Pitch from Hudson. 5-3, strikeout, 17. That missed. Marshall, 4-4. He flies out to center. That'll be a play for Maddox. And he's got it. And that retires a side. 1 run on 2 hits. A solo bomb by Pedro Guerrero. He hits his 3rd of the playoffs. 2-1 Dodgers now after 5. We go to the 6th. Pete Rose leads off for the Phillies. He's 0 for 2. Hooton can pitch to 24 batters, and Hudson can pitch to 27, but he's getting up there. Hooton will pitch. 6-1, blank. Rose, 3-5, and that's a single. He'll hit that one past short. The Phillies get the go-ahead run on. Rose continues to hit well in the postseason. Here's Morgan. Morgan 1 for 2. He had a bomb as for his last time up. Jimmy Jam joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. Rose on at first, and he will stay there. Hooton will pitch to Morgan. Hooton, 5-4. He's not tired. That's going to be an automatic out. And it's going to be a ground out to short. 3-2-3. Second base pivot. Sacks -1. A 1-2. It's a double play. No. Rose will be out at second. Morgan takes first, 1 out. So that goes as a fielder's choice. And now here's Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt is 0 for 1 with a walk. 2-1 Dodgers, top of the 6th. Morgan, that's 18 steals, and he gets the steal sign. May send him. 18 -2 is 16. Yeager -2 is 14. A 1-14. Yeah. Morgan's on his way. A 1-14. He is safe. And he is. Morgan steals second base. Big steal there. Puts him into scoring position. Stolen base for Joe Morgan. Shows he still has a little speed. Strategy roll again. Morgan will stay at second. Hooton will now pitch to Schmidt. Hooton, 5-3. That's a range play. Schmidt, 6-1. And he smacks one into left field. That's a possible double. Rick Monday's got to go after that. His range is a 3. And he's got it. Da-da-da, da-da-da. That's out number 2. Morgan will stay at second base. Rick Monday makes a huge play in left field. 2 down. Fly out to left. That would have scored Morgan easily. Ben Witz joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. Here's Matthews. Matthews 1 for 2. Rick Monday came into left field for the injured Dusty Baker. He is done for the NLCS. Strategy roll, and nothing happening there. Morgan stays at second. Hooton will pitch. Hooton, 5-5. That's at the park. Dodgers Stadium, 4-1, and it's a ground ball to second base. Sachs will take care of that. Throws to first, and the Phillies don't get anything. No runs and a hit, a stolen base, but the Phillies strand the runner at second. We go to the bottom of the 6th. And another pitcher's duel between these two teams. Steve Yeager leads off for the Dodgers. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Hudson, he will pitch. Hudson, 1-6, strikeout. Nope, that's high. Yeager, 1-5, grounded to third base. Schmidt's got that, and that's out number 1. Next up is Russell. Russell is 1 for 2. Hudson, he'll pitch. And 4-2. That's a pitcher result against a righty. A 1-9's an automatic out. That's a 4. And that is going to be a fly to right. Taken care of there by Vaughn Hayes for out number 2. Next batter is Hooton. Hooton can pitch to one more batter before he tires. If there was somebody on base, I would take him out. But I'm going to try to see if he can pitch the 7th. So Hooton's going to bat. Hudson will pitch. 5-4. That's a blank. Hooton. 4-2. Grounded to short. Easy play there for DeJesus. And he'll take his time and toss it over. That's also the first time in the ball game that Hudson's retired the Dodgers in order. 2-1 after 6. This is 1983, not 2024. We go to the top of the 7th. Hooton can pitch to one more batter before he tires. Hudson is tired himself. We'll see, and he's due to bat 4th in this inning. Gary Maddox leads off for the Phils. He's 0 for 2. 2-1 Dodgers. Series tied at 1 NLCS. Pitch from Hooton. 6-1. That's a blank. Maddox. 3-1. Base hit. Hits one into right field. That's a single for Maddox. Tying run is on. And now here's Diaz. And now Hooton is tired. They say let him pitch if he can. Maddox had 7 steals, and he is not going anywhere. Diaz actually gets the hit and run call, but Diaz has good home run power against righties. They'll let him swing. Hooton will pitch. 5-4. That's good. And now he is tired. That's going to be a base hit right up the middle, and that's it for Hooton. He is tired. That's a single. Maddox. He will not have the speed to get to third and hold at second, but he is tired. That is now an automatic base hit, and that is all for Hooton. So runners at first and second, the Dodgers must take him out. And we'll go to the bullpen here for the Dodgers. Next up is DeJesus. Runners at first and second, no one out. The Dodgers going to the bullpen, and they're going to go with Pat Zachary. Zachary does have a hold in the postseason. He's made a number of appearances. So right now, Hooton leaves with a W, at least for now. So here comes Pat Zachary against DeJesus. Nobody out. Top of the 7th. A big chance for the Phillies now. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 17. Zachary can pitch to 6 batters. Zachary will deal. Zachary, 6-4. That's a range play. DeJesus, 6-2. That's a fly ball to left field. Once again, it's up to Rick Monday. His range is a 3. And he's got it. Out number 1. Monday makes another great play out there. Fly out to left. Maddox, base runner 3, hit the left -2. Monday's a +2. So a 1-3, Maddox can still take third. He does. Deep enough for Maddox to take third base. And now runners to the corners. And we're going to see a pinch hitter for Charles Hudson as he is now done. They're going to take him out and go to the bench. And the batter is going to be Joe LaFay. 306 average, 8 homers, 39 RBIs. Hudson right now leaves with the L, but that could change. Infield is going to play in Tying runs at third. Zachary is going to pitch to LaFay. Strategy roll. That's a 2. Nothing happening. Zachary will pitch to LaFay. Fans here at Dodger Stadium hoping Zachary can keep it where it is. Zachary, 6-1. Range play at the park. Dodger Stadium, 5-2. It's a single plus to center field, but now it's a range play for Kenny Landreau. Dodgers have been getting good with the range plays. Landreau's range is a 3. He's got it. That's out number 2. LaFay's sacrifice fly of 1. Hit to center plus 2 is a 3. Maddox will score. We're tied at 2. LaFay hits one deep enough to allow Maddox to come in, and we got a tie game. Stadium groans. Sacrifice fly to center field. And they get LaFay will get the RBI. Now 2 away. Here comes Hayes. Hayes is 0 for 3. And now tied at 2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Diaz, he will stay where he is. Zachary, 3-3. That's at the park. Dodger Stadium, 5-1. It's a fly ball to right field. Mike Marshall's going to get to that. He will make the play and retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 sacrifice fly, enough to bring in the run. And we are tied at 2. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. As exciting as this NLCS is, the ALCS, I think, is just as exciting. 2 games, 2 shutouts. Tomorrow night, Game 3 of the American League Championship Series, as we now switch to Tiger Stadium between the Chicago White Sox and the Detroit Tigers. That series is tied at 1. Britt Burns will be going for the White Sox, and Dan Petrie will be going for the Tigers. That'll be tomorrow night's game. ALCS, I'm pretty sure Mr. Ben Witz will not miss the Tigers. So a big one tomorrow night, Game 3 of the ALCS. That series is tied at 1. White Sox at Tigers at Tiger Stadium. Don't miss that. That's tomorrow night on the network. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 2. Steve Sachs leads off for the Dodgers. Phillies need a pitcher. And they got a righty and 2 lefties coming on. So coming on to pitch for the Phillies for the first time I'm bringing them in, actually, is going to be Tug McGraw. 2 wins, a loss, a 3.56 ERA. McGraw is going to actually make his first appearance, I believe, in this postseason. So that means Hudson gets another no decision, so he's going to be 0-2. And Hooton's going to get a no decision as well. He's now 1-0-1. So here comes Tug McGraw. You got to believe. Sachs will go ahead and bat against McGraw. Bottom of the 7th. McGraw can pitch to 7. Here comes McGraw. 5-3 against the righty. Strikeout. The 11 missed. Sachs 1-3. And Sachs, of course, leads off with a base hit. He'll hit one past third. Single for Sachs. Go ahead, run on base. Next up is Landreau. Landreau 1 for 2. Sacks at 56 steals, and he's not going anywhere. McGraw will pitch. 5-3 against the lefty. It's a blank. Landro, 2-5. Ground ball to third. Do they turn it? 2-1-2. Second base pivot. Morgan, 0. A 1-2. It's a double play. They got it. 2 outs. Sacks goes at Landro, hits into the 5-4-3. And that killed the rally real fast right there. Next batter is Monday. Monday has been excellent in the field so far. Monday, however, is 0-for-3 for the game. McGraw will pitch. And 3-6 against the lefty. It's a blank. Monday, 6-4, grounds it to first. That'll be an easy play for Rose. He'll take it to the bag himself and end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Dodgers. Nice job by Tug McGraw. Still tied at 2 after 7. We go to the 8th. Zachary can pitch to 3 more batters before he tires. He'll stay out there. And here comes Mr. Pete Rose. Rose is 1-for-3. Zachary will deal with Rose. And 4-6. That's a blank. Rose, 2-2. Grounder to second base. Sachs will make the easy play. And that's the first out. Next up is Morgan. Morgan has got a bomb his second time up. He's 1-for-3. Joe Morgan hit his first postseason home run. The Phillies now have 2 home runs in the postseason, one by Morgan and one by Schmitty. Pitch from Zachary, 3-4. That's a blank. Morgan, 5-2. Powers one into center. That's a 13, and Morgan's got a double. That'll roll to the wall. Morgan, not great speed, but he'll slide into second base, and the go-ahead runs in scoring position. So Morgan gets a double, and now here comes Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt is 0-for-2 with a walk. Zachary will pitch to him. Runner on second. Strategy roll. That's a 20. Zachary turns around, fires to second, and he throws the ball into the outfield. That's going to be a pickoff error. Morgan will go to third. What a time for Zachary to do that. That's an E1. First error on the Dodgers in the ball game. Zachary tries to pick off Morgan, threw it into the outfield, and now Morgan can score on a wild pitch or something. Infield now has to play in. Zachary will deal with Schmidt. Strategy roll again. Nothing on the 15. Zachary will deal. Zachary, 6-6. That's at the park. Dodgers Stadium, 4-5. And it's a blank. We're going to have a rare play with men on. So it's a rare plays men on. Let's see what it is. 61. And if lead runner on third, fly out to left field with the runner attempting to score on close play. Well, we do have a runner on third. Roll 1d6 versus base runner plus arm. If higher runner out, otherwise safe. Check injuries to base runner and catcher. Oof. All right. So it is a fly out to left field, which means Schmidt is out automatically. So we know he's out. So now Joe Morgan will 1d6 versus base runner, which is Morgan, plus the arm rating. Left field is Monday. It's a +2. Wow. A 1-4. We're going to have a meeting at the plate. A 1-4. If a 1-4, Morgan is safe. He is, and the Phillies take the lead. Now I got to check for injury. So Morgan scores. It'll be a sacrifice fly for Schmidt. It's now 3-2. So a sacrifice fly to left. But now I got to check for injuries on the base runner and the catcher. Oh boy. So let's check the injury ratings here. Remember, injuries in the postseason are full time. So we'll do Joe Morgan first. Joe Morgan has an injury rating of 3. He's automatically already out for the game, as you can tell here by the 3 injury rate. So the question is he just out for the game? Let's roll to see. And that is a 6. Reroll on 4. That is a 4. Game plus 1D20. Oh boy. Phillies might have just lost Morgan for the postseason. So let's see. Today plus, that's 1 plus 11 is 12. Morgan is done. Phillies just lost Joe Morgan for the rest of the playoffs. Now the catcher for the Dodgers is Steve Yeager. His injury rating is a 4. He's also automatically out for the game, but how long will he be out? So Joe Morgan, so Steve Yeager, that's a 4. So that's going to be game also 1 plus D20. And Steve Yeager is also out for the rest of the postseason. That's a 17. 1 plus 17 is 18. Both Morgan and Yeager are done. Ouch. So Joe Morgan and Steve Yeager are out for the playoffs. I have to bring in some reserves, which I do have players can do it. So Steve Yeager is done. Dusty Baker won't be back until the World Series. So Yeager is done and Morgan is done. Youch. That's smarts. There's still 2 out. There's still 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. So let's see here. So Yeager is done, which means Jack Fimple has to take over at catcher, at least for now. So Fimple's going to be the new catcher. Yeager is done for the year. So Fimple becomes the new catcher. And he's a 306 minus 2. So he'll come in to catch. And now I need a new second baseman for the Phillies. And that's going to be, at least for right now, let me see. At least for right now, it's going to be Juan Samuel. He's going to take over at second for the Phillies. So Morgan is done for the playoffs. So is Steve Yeager. Ouch. And Samuel, a little better range than Morgan, but he makes errors. It's 3-2, though. The run did score. It's now 3-2 Phillies, and the fans were just notified that Steve Yeager is out for the playoffs. Stadium barfs. Yeah. So we have our second and our third injuries in the postseason. So now with 2 outs, the next batter is Matthews, as after the players are carted off the field. And now it's 3-2 Phillies. Matthews is 1 for 3 with a single. Yeah, that's actually true. You get an injury. You get an injury. Everybody gets an injury. As Sports Time Machine, Utah Mike joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. Pitch from Zachary. 6-1. Range play at the park. Dodgers Stadium. 3-1. It's a base hit to right field, but it's a range play from Marshall. Marshall's range is a 2. Nope, that's going to be a base hit. Matthews will get a single. So Matthews gets his second hit of the game. And here comes Maddox. Maddox is 1 for 3. 2 outs, top of the 8th, 3-2 Phillies now. Matthews at 13 steals, and he is not going anywhere. So Zachary will pitch. Zachary's actually tired. Zachary actually is tired right now. And they're going to see if he can get out of the inning. Zachary's going to go ahead and deal. Zachary, 4-5. That's a walk plus 10. He walks Maddox. And that's it for Zachary. So now runners at first and second. We'll see a new pitcher for Zachary as he's coming out. And the next batter for the Phillies is Diaz. And coming on to pitch for the Dodgers is going to be, I'd rather save Niedenfuhr, is going to be Alejandro Pena. Pena is 0-1 for the postseason. He does have a loss. But Pena is going to come in here and try to pitch. Zachary leaves with the L. And now Pena will pitch to Diaz. Pena can pitch to 6. So Alejandro Pena will pitch to Diaz. Thomas Bartlett and Michael Peterson joined us here at Dodger Stadium. No, I wasn't able to watch it, Michael, and my Mets lost, so apparently I don't think I missed anything. I know they lost in extras. Matthews on at second, Maddox on at first. Pena will pitch to Diaz, strategy roll. That's a 20. Pena turns around, fires to get Matthews, and he throws it into the outfield. That's a pickoff error on Pena. Matthews will go to third. Maddox will reach second. And another E1 on the Dodgers. Second error for the Dodgers in the ball game. As Pena tried to pick off Matthews, he throws it away. And now the runner's at second and third. Diaz still at the plate. Strategy roll again. Nothing happening. Pena will now pitch to Diaz. 2 outs. Now 3-2 Phillies. Pena, 1-4. Strikeout 17. That's high. Diaz, 1-5. And it's a fly ball to center field. And Landro's going to get to that. He'll make the catch. Retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors, 1 walk, 1 sacrifice fly, and 2 huge injuries. Joe Morgan and Steve Yeager done for the year. Done for the playoffs. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Pedro Guerrero leads off for the Dodgers. He had a bomb his last time up. He's 1 for 3. McGraw, the question is he going to pitch? McGraw, then you got Brock and Marshall. And I think that's going to be it for McGraw. McGraw's going to come out of the game. He did his job. Phillies are going to go to the bullpen. And coming on to pitch for the Phillies is going to be Ron Reed. Reed has a record of 1-0 in the postseason. He does have a win. McGraw, however, does leave with a W. So Reed will now pitch to Guerrero. Bottom of the 8th. Reed will pitch. Reed, 5-3 against the righty. It's a blank. Guerrero, 2-2. Base hit into left field. Guerrero gets on base. Guerrero gets a single. He'll head to first. And now here's Brock. Brock is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk. Hunter Wendelstedt. Guerrero on it first. Strategy roll. And he gets a 16. He's not going anywhere. Reed will pitch to Brock. Reed, 6-3. That's at the park. Dodger Stadium, 6-1. And it's a ground ball to second. 3-2-3. Shortstop pivot to Jesus. -1 is a 2. They got it. 2 outs. Another double play. Four, 6-3 double play. 2 down. Brock hits into the twin killing. And now the batter is Marshall. Marshall is 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. Reed will pitch. Reed, 2-4, error on a throw. Marshall, 4-1. Nope, that's going to be a hard line drive to Schmidt. Puts up the glove. Pow, inning over. Line out to third. No runs and a hit for the Dodgers. Phillies lead 3-2 in a crazy ball game. We go to the top of the ninth as Chuck Rawlings joins us here at Dodger Stadium. Top of the ninth, 3-2 Phillies. Ivan De Jesus leads off. He is 0 for 2 of the walk. Pena, he's going to pitch. Pena will pitch. Pena, 6-4, hit by pitch. No. De Jesus, 2-2, grounded to second base. Sachs will get to that. Over to first it goes, 1 out. Pinch hitter coming in for Ron Reed. He did his job. Phillies going to the bench, and they're going to go with Greg Gross. 302 average, 29 RBIs in 83. Pena will pitch to Gross. 1 out. Pena, 1-3, strikeout, got him. He goes ahead and strikes out Gross, 2 away. Pena had 120 strikeouts. More of a starter in 83, but he made the relief roster here in this postseason. And now here's Hayes. Hayes is 0 for 4, looking for his first hit. Pena, he will deal. 6-3, that's at the park. Dodger Stadium, 3-5, it's a single. He hits that one past second base. Hayes gets his first hit. He'll hold on at first. The batter now is Rose. Rose is 1 for 4. Charlie Hustle at the plate. Hayes on it first. Strategy rolls are still good. He had 20 steals, but he's not going here. Pena will deal. Pena, 2-3. Against the switch left, it's an automatic. Out! And it will be a grounder to short. Handled easily there by Russell. He's going to throw to first to get Rose, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Phillies. They have a 3-2 lead here. But will we see some ninth inning magic? Leading off for the Dodgers is the new catcher, Jack Fimple, who's probably going to be the new starting catcher now with Steve Yeager done for the postseason. 250 average, 2 homers, 22 RBIs. Philly's going to go ahead and bring up and coming on to pitch for the Phillies is going to be their closer, Al Holland. Holland has 2 saves and a loss. He's 0-1. But he does have 2 saves. The thing is, he's facing the bottom of the Dodger order, and Jack Fimple has to hit. I have no other catchers there. I have to bring in a new catcher for the Dodgers from reserve if I have one available. Fimple will go ahead and bat as he'll take over here for Yeager. Holland, 8-4, 25 saves, a 2.26 ERA. Holland will pitch. Holland, 3-2. It's at the park. Dodger Stadium, 1-4. And it's a fly to center field. That'll be an easy play for Maddox. Maddox has got it, out number 1. Next up is Russell. Russell is 1 for 3. Holland, he will deal. Holland, 3-1. Home run chance. 17 is too high. Russell, 6-4. And it's a fly ball to right. Deep to right field. It's going to stay in the park. Von Hayes is going to make it look interesting out there. But that's out number 2. And a pinch hitter coming in for Alejandro Pena. And the Dodgers are going to have to bring in their best home run hitter that's on the bench. And it is going to be Jose Morales. 283 average, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. But he's got 20s at the home run position. So Jose Morales will go up against Holland here. with 2 outs. All Holland has to do is pretty much avoid a bomb here. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Phillies lead 3-2. Series tied at 1. NLCS. Holland trying to close the deal to give the Phillies the home field back. Holland will pitch. 1-2. Strikeout plus 10. That's a 16. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. That's your game. Phillies will beat the Dodgers tonight. 3-2, and they take a 2-1 series lead. Stadium barfs. Yeah. Al Holland will pick up the save. And McGraw's going to, and that will do it there. So the Philadelphia Phillies go ahead and steal one here against the Dodgers. They win it 3-2. And now they take the home field back. But a very costly victory for the Phillies as Joe Morgan done for the postseason. Dodgers lost Yeager for the postseason as well. Final line score coming up. For the Phillies, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. For the Dodgers, 2 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Tug McGraw. He's going to get the win. He's going to go to 1-0 in the postseason. Pat Zachary takes the loss. He drops to 0-1. Al Holland is going to get his 3rd save. But the storyline of the game, absolutely, is that Steve Yeager and Joe Morgan are done for the postseason. And we'll see what happens as I now have to go and redo the batting orders for both these teams, which I usually do. So we'll see what I do up here and bring up a reserve player, which I have. Tomorrow night, Game 3 of the ALCS. We go to Tiger Stadium. The Chicago White Sox take on the Detroit Tigers. That series is tied at 1. Britt Burns will be going for the White Sox. Dan Petrie will be going for the Tigers. That's a big game at Tiger Stadium as that series is tied a game apiece. How will that series go on now? White Sox, Tigers, ALCS Game 3. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. It was a costly victory, but a victory nonetheless. Phillies beat the Dodgers 3-2. They lead this National League Championship Series 2-1.